Scientific Advertising, written by Claude C. Hopkins. Chapter 8. Tell your full story. Whatever claim you use to gain attention, the advertisement should tell a story. Responsibility complete. If you watch returns, if you will find that certain claims appeal far more than others. But in usual lines, a number of claims appeal to a large percentage. Then percent those claims in every ad for their effect on that percentage. Some advertisers, for the sake of behaviority, percent on claim at a time, or the right a serial ad. Continued in another issues, there is no guarantor fully. Those serials almost never connected. When you once get a person attention, then is the time of accomplish all you can ever hope with him. Bring all your good adjustment to bear, cover every praise you can subject one's first appeals to some up to on another. Omit any and certain percentage will lose your fact which might convenience. People are not apt to read sensitive advertisement on any single line no more than you read a news item twice or a story. On a reading of an advertisement on research for or against a proposition and that operators against a sound reading. So percent of the reader when you once you get him. Every important claim you have. The best advertisers do that. They learn their appropriate claims by taste, by comparing results from various headlines. Gradually, that's a acclimate is a list of claims important youth to use. All those claims appear in every ad thereafter. The advertisement seems monotonous to the men who read them all. A complete story is always the same, but only the most considered that you have average reader is only owns a reader. Probably, and what you fail to tell him in that ad is something he may never know. Some advertisers go so far as to never change their ads. Single mail orders ads often run year after year without determining returns. So with some general ads, they are perfected ads. Everybody in the base are well known as that the owns they say. Advertisers do not expect a second reading. Their constant returns come from getting a new readers. In every ad, consider only new customers. People using your product are not getting to record your ads. They have already read and decided. You might advertise month after month and present users then the product they use is person and they would never know it. So never waste line or space to say something to present user unless you say it in headings. Bear in mind always that you can address an uncovered project. Any reader you have ad in insisted else you would not be a reader. You are dealing with someone willing to listen. Then do your level best. The reader, if you lost him now, many never again to be reader. You are like a salesman in a busy man's office. He may have to tell again that entire he may never be admitted again. This on no sense to get attention, and he must employ to the fuel the again bring up the question of behaviority. The most common expressions you heard about advertising in that people will not read much. Yet a visit amount of the best paying advertising shows that people do read much. Then they write for a book, perhaps, and added information. There is no fixed rule of this subject of behaviority. One sentence may tell a complete story on a line like charming game. It's a may on the article like stream of weight. But whatever laws or should your advertising story should be responsibility complete. A certain man desired a personal car. He cared little about the price. He wanted a car to take pride in. Else the feet the would be never drive it. But being a good businessman, he wanted a value for his money. His inclination was towards a Rolls Royce. He also considered a paper price arrow, a Lacomobile and others, but their famous cars offered no information. Their advertisements were very short. Every deity the makers consulted is undetermined the agri comprehensive matters. The Maron of this country that told a complete story. He read columns and books and about it. So he bought a marine and was never sorry. But afterwards learned facts about another car at nearly their times the price which should have sold him that car had known them. What folly it is to cry a name in the line like that, plus a few beer generations. A car may be lifetime investment. It involves an important expenditure. A man interested if in the buy a car, read volume about it. The volume is interesting. So with everything, you may be simplified to trying sons to women from a breakfast food and another or twice a price on the shop. He wanted what he using. Perhaps she has used for years. You have to heard preparations if you do not believe it. Go the hard in person and try to make changes, not to merely buy a fast package of place you, but to adapt your brand. A man who owns does that a woman's door won't agree for behave advertisement. He will never again say a sentence will do or a name or a climb or a boost. Nor will the man who twists his results. Not that behave ads are never covered. Not that every twist ad tells a complete story through the it takes columns to sell. Never be granted in any words by ads who was untracked. Never do anything because some uninformed advertisers consider that something right. Never be led in new perhaps by the blind. Applied to your advertising ordinary common sense. Take the options for nobody. The paraded is nobody who knows nothing about his returns. Thanks for listening. Next chapter is chapter 9. Art in Advertising. Must be listened.